Are you stupid? These bulkheads are not barn doors. Certainly not. These are watertight doors, as one would expect to find on any modern steamship. Constructed of heavy steel with not a gap in sight. No threads or needles or magnets could have been used, as we discussed earlier.
No, of course not. I thought so too. But Mr. Naruhodo suggested it earlier, so... Susato-san! How could you shift this onto me like that?
So Seaman Stroganoff? Seaman Stroganoff has a valid point. The cabin door couldn't have been bolted shut from the inside. Not necessarily. What? I put it to you that I could bolt this cabin door without laying a finger on it. And in this very cabin, we can see the traces of the method I have in mind having been used before. I don't believe it. Well, Mr. Naruhodo, I believe you know what I mean, don't you?
A way to shut the bolt of the cabin door from the outside. One way does spring to mind, yes. Do you really know what Mr. Sholmes means, Mr. Naruhodo?
Yes, and so should you. Because we've seen it happen. Indeed we have. So, would you care to do the honors, Mr. Naruhodo? Point out the telling signs of the method that was used to slide the cabin door bolt across from the outside. With pleasure, sir.
Yes!
Look at the bookcase there. See how all the books and things on it have toppled over?
That must have happened when the ship made its emergency stop before.
Yes, that's right. It's a very powerful vessel, after all. When the engines are thrown into reverse, a violent jolt goes across the entire ship. Any small objects that aren't fastened down are bound to fall over.
I believe... yes. It's what's known as the force of inertia acting on the objects.
Is there nothing Susato-san doesn't know? Or that isn't in her book, at least? Well, whatever it's called, the same force that pushed over those books on the bookcase also made something else in this cabin move. The bolt on the cabin door. It was very obvious just after the emergency stop the ship made earlier. We had come into this cabin not long before and we hadn't bolted the door. But then... Hello, is anybody in there? Shout if you need assistance.
That sounds like... Inspector Hosonaga. Yes! That's it! When the ship stopped suddenly, the bolt flew across and locked the door.
Yes. It is made of metal, but it's small and light enough to be moved by the ship's sudden change of speed. Or the force of inertia, if you want to call it that. Are you trying to say that last night, after Mr. Osogi was killed... USS Buria made another emergency stop? When I woke up this morning and looked around the cabin, I thought it looked a little odd. All the books on the shelves had toppled over, and all the ornaments. It was almost as if someone had run their hand across the shelves and deliberately knocked everything over.
Oh yes, I remember that. And I stood them all up again, didn't I?
Then, when we came into this cabin, we were surprised to see the same thing in here. All the books and everything had toppled over, just like in Mr. Osogi's cabin.
Am I?
Do you have anything to say about this, Miss Pavlova? Are you out of your mind? You say Buria made emergency stop? It does seem a little far-fetched. How could that possibly have happened? Unless you're saying that the culprit is actually someone from the engine room. Oh, it is simple enough. Hmm? Are you forgetting the button in the passageway outside? Used to trigger the emergency alarm?
Oh yes, of course. There was a notice, wasn't there? Telling you only to press the button in times of emergency.
On dark nights when the fog's dead, the captain cannot afford to rely on the eyes of his lookout alone. Hence, the placement of a number of buttons around the vessel to allow any crewman to raise the alarm. The sort of button one is almost compelled to press to satisfy one's curiosity. Wait! It was you? When the button is pressed, two things happen in the interests of safety. The emergency alarm bell rings, and the vessel comes to a complete stop. As indeed it did a little earlier today.
Mr. Sholmes, surely it wasn't you who...
As I always say, a button has but one purpose in life. To be pressed, whatever the occasion.
He sounds almost proud of himself.
How dare you mess with ship! I report you to captain! You are in much trouble now! And now, I'm sure all that can wait until later. Let us not overlook the fact that we have now learnt a valuable lesson. When the vessel makes an emergency stop, the bolts on the cabin doors slide closed. So, what we must now consider...
Yes, it all comes down to one thing now. Last night, after what happened to Mr. Osogi, did this ship make an emergency stop, or did it not?
You are idiots! Buria is a huge ship with many passengers. If we make emergency stop even in middle of night, there would be chaos everywhere. What are your thoughts, Mr. Naruhodo?
Well...
It's certainly possible that some kind of emergency happened last night. We have evidence to support the idea.
Really? What evidence, Mr. Naruhodo?
Fascinating. Do show us, my good man. What evidence promotes the theory that some emergency gripped this vessel last night?
Yes!
The blank log. Seaman Stroganov. It's your duty to patrol the first-class area of the ship, isn't that right? Nah, that is correct. Why? And the ship's log here, this would be where you record the details of your duties. What are you doing with that? That is mine! Ah, you rather carelessly left it atop the little makeshift bureau in the passageway out there. But as responsible passengers, we took it into our care with a mind to return it to you later. I left it there on purpose. That is where I put it, always. The point is, looking at what you usually record, it's clear that under normal circumstances you write the phrase, "nothing to report," every 30 minutes. But from 2 o'clock last night until first light this morning, nothing was recorded at all. Nothing recorded in the log. That is. Because, nothing happened. But if nothing happened, you would normally write "nothing to report," wouldn't you? Ijo nashi. Gulp! Indeed so. Which tells us that shortly after 2 a.m., something happened here aboard the SS Buria. Something sufficiently significant to make you forget to fill in the ship's log, in fact.
Are you suggesting that the ship really did make an emergency stop in the middle of the night?
Stop talking rubbish! If I'm perfectly honest, I find that a little hard to believe myself.
Oh, why?
Well, because if something as major as an emergency stop really had happened, surely all of us would have noticed.
That's very true. Thanks to the emergency stop we experienced earlier, we know what it feels like now. The ship lurched so violently, and the alarm bell was so loud. Oh my goodness. That was my air conditioner making a strange noise. That scared me. I can't imagine that anybody would sleep through that, even if it happened in the dead of night.
Well, no, that's a good point. What of throbbing? Yeah, Shrooms, what about the throbbing? Sorry, what do you mean? Your head, man. The throbbing of your head since this morning. We've all suffered with it. Oh yes, I have had a headache, you're right. In fact, I haven't been feeling myself since I woke up today.
Nor have I. My head has been feeling heavy ever since dawn.
Yes, you've all been afflicted, haven't you? Just as I suspected.
He's right. My head's been throbbing today too. And since eating dinner yesterday evening, everything has felt sort of hazy.
Hazy like the moors of Scotland? Yes!
I can't really remember anything that happened after I climbed back inside the wardrobe. Then the first thing I noticed this morning was the throbbing pain in my head. I had already been dragged out of the wardrobe and had those handcuffs put on me by that point. Why didn't I wake up when all that was happening to me?
Tell me, Mr. Naruhodo. You boarded this vessel as a stowaway, didn't you?
Well, yes.
Sorry? The stowaway class of accommodation doesn't usually include meals. What did you survive on?
Well, Kazuma looked after me. He was always happy to share his meals.
So you enjoyed some of the whole roast chicken dish that was served yesterday evening, I take it? Ah, speaking of roast chicken.
Yes, in fact, I had all of it. Kazuma wasn't fond of chicken.
Oh, really? So the victim didn't eat any of the chicken at all?
That's right, he didn't touch it. Is that relevant?
My dear fellow, does that not strike you?
Mr. Shons, do you mean to say that there was something wrong with the chicken?
I can tell you there was something wrong with the remains of roast chicken that Mum and I found behind our kitchen bin today. I do. No.
Really? Is that really true?
What we believe happened was that it had been left on top of the bin when it was absolutely full, and then at some point fell down behind in the space in the back behind this bin. I'm estimating it has probably been there about a week. Or a week or so. And getting that bag of chicken out and getting rid of it was not easy. Mum was almost sick. That was how bad it smelt. The meal prepared for the passengers last night had been tampered with. Tampered with by the addition of a soporific, designed to induce a very deep slumber in those who consumed it. A sleeping drug. Do you mean whoever did this laced every meal with a sleeping drug, so no one would notice the ship's emergency stop?
Mr. Naruhodo, of course that's not what Mr. Shums means. What a far-fetched idea!
Precisely. Lacing every meal of every passenger on board with a soporific drug would certainly be impossible. Unless, that is, every single member of the crew was a conspirator. What?
Mr. Shums!
Well, seaman? Ah! I'm sorry to say that any more deception in this matter will get you nowhere. If you refuse to talk, there would have to be an inquiry made through the shipping company, of course. And were that to happen, every member of the crew, and the captain himself, would be hauled over the coals. For aiding and abetting a renegade.
Please, no more. I will tell everything. I cannot make problems like this for everyone anymore.
These crewmen are your former comrades, I believe?
Yes. So when I decided to run away, I asked them to help me.
We all agreed to help. Everyone together. She threw away everything. Her fame in the ballet, Mother Russia. We wanted to help our angel. I don't believe it. You are right. We put sleeping drug in chicken last night.
Yes, I remember now. I did notice chewing on a lump of something strange and bitter at one point. You didn't spit it out?
We could not make all drug, how do you say it, dissolve. Ugh. Talk about heavy seasoning. At midnight in waters near Shanghai, we brought our angel on board. She was helped by comrade on shore with small fishing boat. While all the passengers of the SS Buria slept soundly, thanks to the almost magical effects of the slumber-inducing potion their evening meals had contained.
So if that's what happened, the only people awake on the ship last night were the crew, people who disliked chicken, and the newly boarded passenger, Miss Pavlova. And that means it would have been possible for you. You could have used the emergency stop trick to lock Kazuma's cabin door.
But how does that make sense? Surely every cabin door would have ended up locked in that case, and there would have been complete chaos. I wouldn't say so. What? course. Just like us, all the other passengers would have eaten their evening meal of chicken in their cabins. After which, they would have been overwhelmed by tiredness because of the sleeping drug. Quite. And accordingly, all passengers were already in their cabins for the night.
Yes.
The overwhelming majority of passengers would habitually sleep with their cabin doors bolted anyway. If I was on board a ship, I'd bolt my door. And so not one of them would have found it remarkable to find the door locked in the morning. In summary, in order to fasten the bolts of a single cabin door on the ship, the culprits brought the entire vessel to an emergency stop in the early hours of the morning. Everybody gasp. You have talked long time and said many things. What is point? The point is what I said earlier. There was somebody else present on the scene when the victim lost his life last night. Someone who left a message in Russian on the floor in an attempt to incriminate another. Someone who tried desperately to hide the broken fragments of glass that would reveal the culprit's identity. And someone who abused the ship's emergency stop procedure in order to lock one door. All told, a busy night.
But... I don't know about any of this. I'm just a little girl. I'm just a little guy. Just a little... We're just normal men. We're just innocent men.
You like to speak with your long English words and explain your clever ideas. But I am sailor. And sailors don't listen to long, boring stories we don't believe. Sailors like me, we trust only what we see with our eyes. A laudable trait. What? I'm quite of the same disposition, my good man. Observation, to me, is everything. Mr. Naruhodo. Oh, yes. Do you hear it? That accusatory cry of guilt on the wind? Not really.
What's accusatory cry of guilt?
Sorry, you've lost me. Proof of involvement, man. But you can't hear such a call with your ears. No, you must hear it with your eyes. For observation is the basis of all deduction. What are you talking about? I believe the time has come. For one final logic and reasoning spectacular to expose the truth.
Oh boy.
So, Mr. Naruhodo, your assistance, if you please. With what exactly, Mr. Shums?
Go handsome.
With observation, my dear fellow, just as I said, of these two prevaricators.
Prevaricators? What?
Hold on, I'm gonna quickly look up what that mean on one look. Thesaurus. What does that mean? I know variegated, but that's a flower term. A prevaricator. Prevarication, noun. But a prevaricator is a person who habitually avoids telling the truth. Okay. That must be an old word. Well, certainly, yeah.
Observation. If you remember, Mr. Naruhodo, we know that somebody tried to fabricate evidence, don't we? By tampering with the scene of Mr. Usogi's death. What we're looking for is some trace of evidence that one of these two was there when it happened.
Precisely. You're delightfully quick to grasp my meaning.
Alright, I'll see what I can see. So, we're looking for a trace of evidence that shows someone else was there last night when Kazuma died.
That is a serve, you're right.
Grimsby, what suggests that someone else was there at the scene? Hat? No.
Ink stain!
Look at this!
The man's got no ass. It's like a pancake back there. It was a squid. It's some kind of stain in an unusual place.
Yes, you're right. It looks like ink, if I'm not mistaken.
Ink.
And look at the color, too. It's clear where this came from.
What? Oh my god, I wasn't wrong. He really does have no ass.
Yes!
Bro does not do his squats, you're right. It's all his arms. Seaman Stroganoff. You seem to have quite a large purple stain on the back of your white uniform there. Eh? Yes, I don't know where the dirt comes from. So, nothing in particular comes to mind about that stain? What are you trying to say? It would appear that the significance of the stain has escaped your attention, Seaman. Allow us to make it plain.
It's a very large purple stain on the back of Seaman Stroganov's uniform. And I think what made it is clear.
Indeed it is. So, Mr. Naruhodo, present the evidence that proves it. Prevent the evidence, I almost said.
My pleasure. Alright then, the evidence that proves that what that stain on the back of Seaman Stroganov's uniform really is.
Yes!
Hi!
It's this photograph and the ink it shows. That's what caused the stain on your uniform.
Ink. A rather unusual color of ink. Purple. Aha! The penny drops at last. Now you see the significance.
The Russian word on the floor next to the victim's body was written in purple ink. And the stain on the back of your uniform is ink of exactly the same color.
If the ink had been dry, it couldn't possibly have stained your uniform in that way. Which means you must have been present in the cabin in the moment immediately after the ink was spilt. All right, yes. It was me. I did it. I did it. Everything. I should say. I arranged everything in Dead Student's cabin to make it look like Wardrobe Man did it. Wardrobe Man! Then I pressed button to make Buria do emergency stop and bolt cabin doors shut. I did everything so no one would suspect our angel.
Beef, please.
Don't worry, Angel. Let me do talking. It was after 1 in the morning. I was on duty, patrolling passageway. Then our angel came to me. She was white like sheet.
Please, you must help me.
I went with her. The door to cabin number 1 was open. When I looked inside, I saw student boy on floor. What happened here?
Please, don't tell anyone.
Excuse me?
My little one. My little furry friend.
Everything that happened in cabin is like Angel told you. The kitten escaped through the ventilator. Oh, whoops. That was Ryunosuke. The kitten escaped through the ventilator into Mr. Sugi's cabin. Then he tripped over it and broke his neck when he fell to the floor. Yes, that is right. So after the incident when the cat ran away, Miss Pavlova then visited the cabin next to hers. Only to find its occupant lying lifeless on the floor. She said she was worried when she heard sound of something falling on the floor. That's when she went to look. No, Angel? The door was not locked. So she opened to look, and you already know what happened after.
There's just one thing, if you wouldn't mind.
What?
When you went to Mr. Usugi's cabin, Miss Pavlova, was he already dead? Why?
I already told you. When Nina opened the door of student's cabin and looked inside,
I was asking Miss Pavlova.
well,
Miss Pavlova? Ah. Oh. Yes, that is right. I saw him. It was dark and he was wearing black, but he was on the floor. Not moving.
Sasatsu can intimidate very well. She's very good at intimidation.
I was scared.
Yeah, look at that dead-eye glare. Like, pierces the soul, it does.
I understand. And I believe you.
So is that finally it now? Have we discovered the real truth about Kazuma's death at last? She's a warrior at heart. I'd believe that. Ah, something very nearly slipped my mind. Oh, Mr. Shams? What now? This photograph. Yes, I took this myself, you know. The cause of death was a broken neck. Therefore, the victim died instantly. And the unfortunate incident that precipitated these events, a kitten on which the victim stumbled. However, if those are the facts, there's one particular area in this photograph that seems to be somewhat unnatural. What do you mean, unnatural? What are your thoughts on the matter, Mr. Naruhodo? If Kazuma tripped and fell and by some terrible stroke of bad luck broke his neck, which part of this photographic print seems unnatural? The closed fist, right?
Yes!
All right, if he really fell due to an unfortunate accident, then this fist just doesn't seem quite right. The exact same thought occurred to me. In a fall, one's instinct is to open the palms flat. Yet, here we see the victim with his left hand tightly balled into a fist. Almost, you might say. As though he were gripping something. What do you mean? Simply that I took the liberty of investigating the victim's fist a short while ago. You did? And what, pray, do you imagine I found there, my dear fellow?
Mr. Sholmes, show us, please.
Why, of course, my dear madame. Would I keep you in suspense? This is what I found.
The missing piece of Nina's earring! A crescent moon with a little gemstone in the middle.
Yes, you're right. A crescent moon. It's very pretty, but what does it tell us? Ha! It tells us nothing. I'm not so sure. That crescent moon looks familiar somehow. I'm sure I've seen it somewhere before. Yes, we had a look at one earlier.
Even.
Observation, Mr. Naruhodo. That is the key. Yes, and I sure observed. What? The truth is now tantalizingly close. Oh! How did that crescent moon come to be in Kazuma's clenched fist? This is the final clue. The last piece of the puzzle. Ask yourself, what does this little crescent moon mean? What significance has it? And observe. Find the answer with your own eyes.
Yes!
Hey!
Miss Pavlova, I noticed that on your ear, even though you have a metal earring, the decorative part of it seems to be missing. The little link holding it on must have broken, I suppose. What? But looking at your other ear, I notice a crescent moon. I don't believe it. Now, the missing crescent moon was found in the victim's clenched fist. Clearly, there's only one logical conclusion. Wouldn't you agree, Mr. Naruhodo? Yes. Miss Pavlova, Mr. Asogi must have grasped that crescent moon and pulled it from your ear. Perhaps just moments before he fell to the floor. In other words, last night in Mr. Asogi's cabin, you witnessed the moment when the victim fell with your own eyes. In fact, you were quite literally at arm's length from him. But then the question is, why did Mr. Asogi do that? Why did he pull your earring from your ear and hold it in his clenched fist during his final moments?
Oh no!
Angel. No one can protect you now. Please, Miss Pavlova, tell us the truth. Last night, what did you do to Kazuma? Sorry, I had to cut that one short. I didn't want to be too piercing. It is very late.
When I think about everything that happened yesterday, it was too much. Running away, the fishing boat in the middle of the night, trying to climb onto this huge ship. And then, when I was at last in this cabin and I could relax after this horrible, long day. Darka, wait! I couldn't believe it when she disappeared through the ventilator. I tried to call her with a little whistle. I tried waving at her with her favorite toy. Nothing worked. Darka would not come back.
Nope, sorry. Punk? What? What are you doing here at this time of night, Inspector? Oh? I'm sorry. I thought it was a friend of mine.
The young man from your country, he was very polite and kind. He helped me to find Darka, and he promised not to tell anyone. But then, when I had my friend in my arms again, and I was going to leave the man's cabin.
Just a moment. Sorry, but...
Oh? Yes?
I'm sure I know your face. I've seen you somewhere before. Of course, you're Nikolina Pavlova, aren't you? The Russian ballerina?
Huh? No, I don't know that name. My heart nearly stopped when he said that. He knew who I was. How could this man from a land in the faraway east know a Russian ballerina?
Yes, I saw your performance in Japan. The beauty of the ballet made a deep impression on me. But what are you doing on the ship? I'm sure I read that your ballet company was performing in Shanghai at the moment.
I cannot fool him. I have to tell him the truth and hope he doesn't tell anyone. I have no other choice.
I see. So you've run away.
Please keep my secret. Don't tell anyone.
Give me a moment. I could use another opinion here.
He's going to pull the cord. He's going to tell the captain. Why did I think I could trust him? Then it happened. Everything at once. It was only a second, but it felt like forever. Wait! I shouted. And then Darka jumped out of my arms and down to the young man's feet. And as he turned around to look at me, I pushed him. I don't even know why. I don't know why I did it. I was just so scared. And I had to stop him from telling anyone about me.
And that's when you went to fetch help. From Seaman Stroganoff, who was on duty out in the passageway. I heard Nina cry out and thud on floor, so I ran to her. She was standing at cabin door shaking like leaf. She looked at me and said,
Help me, Beef. If they find out, I will be... Please, I have nowhere to go.
So you decided to help. And that's when you arranged things in Kazuma's cabin to make it look like I did it. So that no one would suspect the passenger in the cabin next door. Yes. I went into cabin and I looked around to make sure there was nothing to show Nina was there. And then I found Stowaway. In wardrobe, still sleeping. Right. That's when he found me.
So you worked out a plan. to lay the blame on the stowaway.
I close wardrobe doors and put back strange paper sign. Luckily for me, that's the only reason Susato-san started... Oh my god. Susato-san started to believe me when I said I was innocent. There was too many S's at once. I dragged young man's body to good place and used ink that was spilling to write on floor. I wrote garderobe so that the person who found them will look inside wardrobe and find stowaway. And tell me, what of the glass bell?
It was by my feet, so I picked it up.
I see.
But it was dark in the cabin. I didn't notice the other half.
Then Angel went back to her cabin and I finished the job. By pressing the emergency alarm button in the passageway? Yes. Accordingly, the SS Buria did indeed come to an emergency halt at a little after 2 a.m. Thus, enticing the bolt on the cabin door to slide shut, creating the locked room mystery. There's still one thing I don't understand, Miss Pavlova.
What?
Well, you said you told Kazuma about the fact that you'd run away from your homeland, and it's because you were worried he was going to tell the captain that you pushed him. Oh, sorry. Let me try that again. But it's because you were worried that he was going to tell the captain that you pushed him. Isn't that right?
Yes.
But even if he had pulled the bell cord and called out for the captain of the ship, aren't you friends with every member of the crew? Why would that have been a problem?
It was what he said first that made me scared.
What he said first? What are you doing here at this time of night, Inspector? Oh. I'm sorry. I thought it was a friend of mine.
He said an inspector was his friend.
Yes. Meaning me. Who was supposed to be acting as his bodyguard.
I thought that if police knew about me, they would arrest me. So before he could pull the bell cord, May I stop you a moment, please, Miss Pavlova? Huh? It just doesn't seem to make sense. I mean, was Mr. Asogi really going to pull the bell cord? I don't know. What? What do you think, Mr. Naruhodo?
Well, I'm not Kazuma, so I can't know for certain, but... he was a man of his word. If he told you he wouldn't give your secret away, then he wouldn't have done.
No, he was walking over to it. He was going to pull the cord. He was going to make them send me back.
Well, Mr. Naruhodo, the day's work is not yet done, it seems. There's one more deduction to make.
What, another deduction?
Yes. What action was the victim really about to take at that moment? Can we determine whether the young man's gaze was directed? First, consider the victim's location within his cabin. That's easy. I remember every detail of that room. I mean, yes, I spent quite a lot of time in the wardrobe, but still. That cabin has been my home for this entire voyage. Excuse me.
So this is how the cabin looked last night when Miss Pavlova visited Kazuma-sama?
Yes, that's exactly how it was. Are you ready then, Mr. Naruhodo?
Yes.
If there's one thing I've learnt today, it's that a simple gaze can reveal all manner of truths. Bless the simple gaze. Merry Pride Month. And not only that, in order to draw the right conclusion, you can't afford to be out even by a little bit when you're following the gaze to where it lands. So when he turned away from Miss Pavlova, what exactly was Kazuma looking at?
Take that!
Wardrobe. Considering everything that had happened last night, certainly it may have looked as though Kazuma was going to ring the bell cord. Yes, however, what is directly beside the bell cord? The wardrobe.
The wardrobe.
And more importantly, what was inside the wardrobe? The man's great friend, sleeping soundly.
Miss Pavlova, please, think back very carefully. What were Mr. Asogi's exact words last night?
Give me a moment, I could use another opinion here.
Another opinion.
Yes, but not from a member of the crew. No, Mr. Asogi intended to consult his close friend on the matter. To see if, between them, they might be able to help in some way, no doubt.
No! Sadly, we can't know the truth for certain now. It's too late for that. But I wish you had made sure of what Mr. Asogi was looking at. Things may have ended very differently if you had.
Miss Pavlova, I want to thank you for finally admitting the truth. But unfortunately, the truth is, a man lost his life because of what you did, and that will never change. I hope you'll never forget that.
I'm sorry. Really? I'm so sorry.
Yeah, when you're trying to escape an entire nation, that misunderstanding is completely acceptable. However, killing someone, a little less agreeable. Yeah, you're right. You're so right, Quipsby.
What have I done?
Yeah, it is very rare that a dramatic scene or like a dramatic story can make a misunderstanding work even halfway good. And I feel like this was actually kind of fine. And so at long last, the mystery surrounding the tragic accident on the SS Buria was finally laid to rest. "7:14 p.m. What will happen to Miss Pavlova now, then? Yeah, not only is there a language barrier, but one side was genuinely terrified of interaction. Yes. Yeah, the paranoia would have gotten the best of her. Well, definitely did. Once we reach Great Britain, she'll be handed over to the British police at Scotland Yard. But what about the fact that she ran away from Russia? Weren't the Russians trying to repatriate her? Apparently, the English detective can speak to the immigration office and sort all that out. Mr. Shons can do that? What can't he do? Really? So she won't be going back to Russia then? No, I don't think so. Even if she wanted to return in the future, I doubt she would be able to. She ran away, so now she's in exile for life. I see. I'm sorry.
Seaman Stroganoff?
I wanted to help our angel, no matter what. But I didn't think about you. About how you lost a good friend. I will go with Nina. I will give myself to British police.
Well, that's kind of you. In the meantime, thank you for letting me go free again. Kazuma's death feels like such a waste, but... well, do what you can for Miss Pavlova, won't you?
Bah. Well, I'm afraid you need to pack now. We're due to arrive in Hong Kong tomorrow. As much as it pains me, I'm going to have to hand you over to the consul to arrange your passage back to Japan. Yes. I did stow away after all. I couldn't really expect any different. So you should get back to your cabin now.
It looks like my study tour to Great Britain's over before it's even begun then. To think that only days ago Kazuma and I were laughing together about how we'd tear up the streets of London. It seems like a distant memory now. Oh, what's that? Is it someone weeping? Kinda screwed up they're making him stay in the cabin where his friend just died.
I know, yeah.
It is a little fucked up. Susato-san. Naruhodo-san. I didn't know you had returned.
Well, I haven't been back long. Inspector Hosonaga just told me I should pack, you know, ready to leave the ship tomorrow and all that.
I still can't believe this has happened. I can't believe someone's life can be over just like that.
Susato-san?
He had such grand ideas for this visit to Great Britain. So many dreams. And now they've been cruelly taken away. Just as he was. I thought I could never forgive the person responsible. But now we know the truth. That it was just an accident. Just a silly series of mishaps. You're still here? You're just lurking? That's okay, Elenix. I figured. I am not alone. Thank you. It's too much, Naruhodo-san. It's just too much.
Yes, I know. I wish there was something I could say.
Inspector,
My duty was to see Asogi-san safely to Great Britain. But I failed. And caused his two closest friends great pain and suffering as a result. I've let everyone down. And I will do anything to make up for my terrible blunder.
nobody blames you, Inspector.
Whoops. And I'm free again now at least. Ah! Oh, you ass. Surprised, Mr. Naruhodo? What is the meaning of this? Oh, a trifling matter. Simply that in my head, I think I shall always picture you wearing those shackles. Well, you're gonna remember me wearing these shackles when I wrap around your neck. Without them, the balance seems all wrong. It's distracting. Sorry? So I decided to restore them, for old time's sake, shall we say. You are a stowaway, after all. Sholmes topped Naruhodo. He thinks this is funny. Mr. Sholmes.
We do appreciate all your assistance. I'd like to thank you from the bottom of my heart.
Not at all, not at all. And though it is a little late, may I offer my sincere condolences? Not my insincere condolences, I assure you. The Shum's laughing sprite will never cease to amuse me. It is funny. The loss of your companion is... It looks like he just shitposted. Yeah. The loss of your companion is truly heartrending. I hope that you'll be able to fulfill some of his aspirations in his honor. I'm afraid that won't be possible. We shall be disembarking at the next port, in Hong Kong. We have to return to Japan and make a full report about everything that's happened.
Wait a minute. It's just me that has to go back, isn't it? I mean, I was the stowaway.
The terms of this study tour were negotiated by the Department of Justice in both Great Britain and Japan. It was to be one lawyer and one assistant. Was to be? In the light of Mr. Asogi's unfortunate death, I'm afraid the study tour can no longer go ahead.
No, I don't care for myself, but... Poor Susato-san.
My dear fellows, the majority of problems have an extremely simple solution, you know. All you require is one lawyer, and the study tour can continue, surely. Aha!
But there's no one else with the necessary qualifications, Mr. Sholmes. We know of no other lawyer.
I'm standing right here, you know. Qualifications, you say? Any qualifications obtained in your own country? In your crunchy? Wow, I'm losing it. Any qualifications obtained in your own country will be of little value in Great Britain, I'm afraid. In your crunchy, yes.
Oh, but
anyway, the voyage to London still promises a good month of time. Ample opportunity, I would say, to find yourselves another suitable lawyer.
yes.
Miss Susato,
Yes.
do you think perhaps I might be able to do it?
I didn't think of that.
But you're not a lawyer, Mr. Naruhodo. Oh, unless... Are you studying law?
No, I'm not, but
I'm sorry. In that case, I don't think there's even a chance it could work. But as I said, there is still more than a month before we reach England's shores. Isn't that right, Mr. Naruhodo?
yes, I have a month in which to study, to learn what I must to become a lawyer in Great Britain.
Besides, Hosonaga, you were there when Ryunosuke got himself off. In court.
Mr. Naruhodo!
That's ridiculous. Are you seriously suggesting anybody could learn all of that in just 40 days?
Zachary! There's only one way to find out.
Naruhodo is a master at getting himself off in court.
I would work my fingers to the bone, Inspector, every single day. Will you let me try? And if by the time we reach Great Britain I haven't learnt enough to be recognized as a lawyer, I'll take whatever punishment's deemed appropriate.
But why put yourself in such a difficult position?
For Kazuma. He said that there was something he had to do in Great Britain, and that he would sacrifice anything to make it happen. He was passionate about it. I can't let all that passion just come to nothing. And anyway, it's for my own benefit too. I will become a lawyer. I have to. What do you say, Miss Susato? I think it's a wonderful idea. Thank you.
So, what does our bespectacled inspector friend say? Are you serious? One lawyer and one assistant. The numbers are indisputable. No. It's madness. Yet fascinating, wouldn't you agree?
Fascinating?
Duty and rules are the dull routine of existence that we all abhor. Give us interest, give us fascination.
I think these two should make out sloppy style.
Hosonaga more like Hosa Count lawyer and assistant. Straight sloppy style, all tongue, with consent. Yes, exactly. Speak for yourself. Besides, qualifications are no measure of a man. What matters is his character, no? Yeah, I do love a man that's just a character. And you witnessed ample evidence of this man's exemplary character today with your own eyes. From the early hours of this morning until this very moment now. Despite contending with the passing of his close companion, and despite the accusation of guilt, this man has shown resourcefulness, intelligence, and above all, courage. That's what the head of our IT department said as he installed malware on all of our PCs. I'd believe it. Very well. I'll think of a clever way to word my report to the Department of Justice.
Inspector!
After all, I did just make a promise, didn't I? I said that I'd do anything at all to make up for my shortcomings here.
Oh, thank you, Inspector.
If you'll excuse me, I must pay a visit to the captain's quarters, I think. Oh boy. I need to discuss what to do next and how best to make my report. Don't get the shit beaten out of you and then thrown overboard.
Are you are you really prepared to attempt this, Mr. Naruhodo?
Yes, I'm going to try. I wonder,
Would you consider teaching me what I need to know? Everything about being a lawyer? I would be delighted to help you. I am a judicial assistant after all. Yeah!
thank you. Domo arigatou.
And, Mr. Naruhodo, I'd like you to take charge of this.
What? Me? Are you sure?
I'm sure it's what Kazuma-sama would have wanted. Its name is Karama. It's a great sword that's been in the... It's a great sword that's been in the Yosogi clan for generations.
Very well, I accept. I'll treasure it, always. Sword acquired game instantly turns into Final Fantasy. It becomes a... it becomes a... Warriors-like game. Ace Attorney Warriors. Oh, what a concept. This is how we can get Ryunosuke into the next Capcom Versus. That would be sick as hell.
So then, Miss Susato, it seems we'll be working together for some time to come yet.
Phoenix can already throw down like in the Capcom fighting games. Yeah, you're right. You just bring out his ancestor and give him a sword. Phoenix Wright Yakuza style. Oh, that would also rule. Although, isn't that just the Lost Judgment series, really?
It will be an honor, Mr. Naruhodo.
I am right, yeah. Ace Attorney, Lost Judgment.
And for the next 40 days, I shan't grant you a single minute of freedom. We shall fill every spare moment with study.
Yes, that's exactly what I need.
But before we begin, I have an earnest favor to ask of you too.
Oh goodness, what is it?
Please, throw me to the ground. 3 times!
What? What?
I should never have doubted you. You were Kazuma-sama's closest friend. Of course you would never have done anything to hurt him. That should have been obvious to me from the start. But I allowed suspicion to get the better of me. And no matter how upset I was feeling, it was completely unforgivable behavior.
No, you were in shock. You just found out about me stowing away and the cabin door was locked from the inside.
No, I won't let you make excuses for me. Whatever the circumstances, I should never have thrown you. And not just once, but 5 times.
That number keeps creeping up, doesn't it?
Please, you must. Just take hold of me and throw me. Do it! Don't even think about it!
Okay, but maybe just like land her on the bed so she doesn't like hurt herself? No, I don't even know how. I've never thrown anyone in my life. Susato is on something. She'll be on the bed if she gets her way. Or the floor. Wait, no. Hold on. Forget I said that. That's... Phrasing. She's 16. She's just a child. This should not be happening. No. Stop. Abort thought. Very wise, Mr. Naruhodo. It isn't a skill one acquires without some considerable training. Twitter, get your writings ready. Oh, that would work if I didn't already abandon Twitter.
Oh, Mr. Shums!
Bless. I observed your throwing technique several times with great interest. I confess, I was most impressed. When did he see that? I presume that would be a form of Japanese wrestling.
Oh, well, in a way, it's not wrestling, but my own interpretation of an ancient jujutsu technique.
Apparently it's called the Susato takedown. It leaves your head swimming, believe me. How beguiling. I'm a practitioner of the combative arts myself. I'm a somewhat accomplished boxer. There he goes, dancing around again. His fist goes right past her head! What the hell? Stop punching her! I wonder if you'd be so kind as to instruct me on the technique of your arresting throw. She's just standing there, squaring up. She's just standing there, barely blinking.
Yes, I'd be honored.
All right, then let us not dally. Demonstrate, my dear madame.
Oh, of course.
Check this. Proceeds to break wrists while punching wall. In unstoppable force meets immovable object.
Are you ready, Mr. Naruhodo?
Sorry?
Hiya! As you can see, you throw from the abdomen.
Oh yes, arresting indeed. And that is what you term the Susato takedown, is it?
Actually, no, that was a Susato squash.
In my groggy state of consciousness, a scene from an evening recently spent with Kazuma flickered into my mind. Poor guy getting used like the punching bag in Super Smash Bros. Yeah, but unlike the punching bag in Super Smash Bros., Ryunosuke doesn't drop any food. Or any useful items. Karuma. That's right. It's a prized sword that's been passed down through generations of the Isogi clan. I can't believe you managed to get permission to bring it with you. I mean, taking a katana on a study tour is more than a little irregular, surely. A Japanese man's sword is his soul, Ryunosuke. I can't be parted from my katana. Karuma guides me. I truly believe that. So its name compels its wielder to slice evil in two. Not that you would need much compelling. On that subject, there's something very important that I have to do in Great Britain. And I'll sacrifice anything to make it happen. I'd appreciate you seeing it through with me. Of course I will. Whatever it is, I'll see it through to the end with you. I knew you wouldn't let me down. That important thing he had to do. I still don't know what that was. So I'm going to see the place for myself and work it out. In Great Britain's capital, London. End. There it is.
Yay! Case complete!
The Adventure of the Runaway Room. Ooh! I remember that episode, actually. Yes, but that will have to be for another time. After all, it's about midnight. Diavolo the end. Yeah. Yeah. Alright, until then. Hopefully, if I'm feeling alright on Monday, I will continue on with my Spamton quest. My quest to defeat Spamton Neo. I can't make any promises, because I haven't been able to keep them. And then next Saturday, we start the adventure of the Runaway Room. But until then, take care of yourselves, everybody. I'm glad you stuck around and hung out with me. And I'll see y'all again. Good night, everybody. Pew, 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 pew.